So I've been wanting to make a random vlog for quite a while. It's actually been a little over a year, but it would be as soon as I would have an idea, there's something I wanted to do, something would happen. So I decided that I'm not going to put on a face of makeup. There you go, there's the light. I decided that I'm just gonna film a random at-home vlog, not with any makeup on, still kind of like dressed in some pajama pants and everything, because let's keep it real, right? I have some breakfast going. Got my egg frying, some water, and a little bit of bread in the oven since our toaster broke. The toaster didn't exactly break so much as bread went down. 8 minutes later, bread didn't come up. Things started melting. I was at work at the time. It was my family who was at home, but I still have a home to come back to, and the smell of burnt plastic is finally left, so thank goodness for that. The bread is done. And the eggs are almost there. Even though I said I've been wanting to do a random vlog for a while, which I have, I saw this the other day and I thought it was kind of interesting. It says, the only time I'm going to try to turn this on so I can see, it says it is a self-heating coffee, if it'll focus, come on. It says it is a self-heating coffee. It was on sale for like €1 from like $3.50. It has some instructions on the back. Just kind of like flip it upside down. It's supposed to steam. And I was very much intrigued, so I'm gonna give it a go. I have my breakfast here, and let me just clear some space. I used to have like a thing about not eating in front of other people because I used to feel very self-conscious, which sometimes I still do. Not as bad as before, but yeah, I used to be a lot bigger. I've lost 100 pounds since I've moved to Germany, and I would feel like really self-conscious because I'd feel judged. And most of the time that's gone now, but sometimes still with certain people, typically particular people or particular settings, so I still feel self-conscious. So the fact that I've done that on camera when traveling or with friends is kind of a big deal. And I think sometimes we don't really think about some of the small things that you've achieved or have moved through. So I'm gonna get to the self-heating coffee in a minute, but yeah, today was one of my days off from work. It is Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. The days of the week don't mean anything anymore when, you know, you don't have weekends off and it's kind of sporadic. But yeah, I have a day off from work and the family is running errands, so I have the whole house to myself, which is really nice. But even though I've done vlogs in front of my family before, you know, it's more comfortable when you kind of have some space and the only person judging you is you. And sometimes that's enough. Don't really have any big plans. We're hopefully approaching the end of lockdown here in Germany. Have been locked down since beginning of November, so it's been a handful of months now. November 2020 to we're now at the very beginning of March 3rd, 2021. But hopefully things are starting to finally move in the right direction, because it was in December they were going to reevaluate, and then January they were going to reevaluate, and then it was supposed to be, oh, you know, like should be lifted February 15th. It didn't happen. So, you know, the numbers have been going down. Things were really high last year compared to when they were in the beginning of the year. So when we started going through our second lockdown again, the numbers were like 30,000 new cases every day, 28,000 new cases, 34,000 new cases. You know, it would be like really high, as opposed to when we had our first lockdown when I got back from visiting the States and my boyfriend in March of 2020, where it was around like 3,500. So it's gone, it went up a lot. So fast forward 20 minutes later, my camera decided to tell me I had no more space on my SD card, so I had to spend that time going through all the files on my computer and trying to delete some old stuff to make some more space until I get a new card. But I forgot where I was. I know I was talking about things with COVID, but the point is that things are getting better now than they were in the fall, and when we had our second lockdown, the numbers were a lot higher than when we had our first one. Both have been tough. You know, I think it was really hard for me for the first one because I had just come back from the States. I have been working on some hobbies since the first lockdown. I've been doing a lot more baking and a lot more cooking. I've really gotten passionate about baking and trying recipes and different techniques. I've made a lot of things that I really enjoyed. And I think for me, I procrastinate because my mindset is I want to dedicate like a large chunk of time towards one thing, like studying it, you know, getting it really right, learning everything. And because I feel like it's going to take a while, which I'm okay with, but because I feel like I either don't have the time for that, or I end up procrastinating instead of just being like, hey, I'll spend 15 minutes on it. If I spend more time, that's great. If not, at least I did 15, which is what I'm going to try to like trick myself into doing, because there's a lot of things, whether it's learning how to video edit, whether it's spending time on sewing like I've wanted to, like it's writing that I really wanted to, you know, just getting started can be the hardest part. I'm hoping 2021 is going to be a good year. I'm hoping to get things done and be productive. There's still a lot of things out of my control, and that can be really frustrating sometimes. Obviously, travel isn't an option right now, and visiting people in the States is also not an option right now, which has also been really tough because you can't really make plans. You can't always find something, you know, to look for aside from like a question mark of when is this gonna be, you know? Like things will get better. It's tough being in the middle of this, or what I hope is the middle of this, and that it's not going to go on forever. Since everything with going through the files took a lot longer than I expected, breakfast is gone and it's time to try this out. I'm actually very curious and intrigued of how this is gonna work. It says to like, okay, the instructions say like it's upside down like this. This is the top. Kind of, this is where everything reads that way, but then you get to the instructions and it's upside down. It says open and press, öffnen, und drücken. I mean, like I know it's like press open and then like press down, or like press here. I really need to spend the time studying German. That's something I've been telling myself, but I haven't made the effort since 2016. I'm like, I need to study the language because I want to learn it when I'm here. You know, I don't want it to be like I go back and I'm just like, I really could have met new people or actually learned the language, and I just limited myself to being able to read what's on a menu, which is important, you know, but like, come on. I've been here, it's been 5 years. Wow, later this month it'll be 5 years. That's crazy. Yeah, I need to study that. But anyway, so I'm supposed to put it upside down like this, open the top and press, and then it says it's gonna steam. So flip when steam appears. So then I'm guessing it goes back upright. And then the instructions say stir gently and wait 3 minutes and then open. Oh no, stir gently for 5 seconds, wait 3 minutes and then open. We shall see. I'm kind of worried, you know, after the whole toaster thing. I'm not expecting it to explode, but more like, it should be okay. So upside down, and it doesn't say anything about removing plastic because this part is still kind of here. So I'm gonna just follow the instructions. I got another one just in case this goes disastrously wrong or it goes really well. Okay, so that has, oh, this in here. There you go. And just to make sure I'm doing this right, open and press, flip when the seam appears. That's not concerning. Doesn't say how far to press, so I feel like that's probably good now. You can see it's doing its thing. I don't know what exactly it's doing, but it's doing something. Just gonna let that chill here for a minute. Maybe I should back up. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that. And I feel some warmth like on the side of the can here. So I just have to wait for the steam. Oh, there you go. So as it steams, flip when steam appears. Okay. Just stir gently, so kind of like a gentle. So I don't see the point of us watching a can for 3 minutes doing nothing. So we shall be back in 3 minutes. Zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. No. So please tell me I'm not the only one who, when they have a day off, they're like, oh, I'm gonna get up early, I'm gonna be really productive, I'm gonna get all these things done. And then that morning comes and you're just like, the alarm goes off, you're like, 20 more minutes, 30 more minutes. Let's enjoy the day off, and then things just don't get done. Things don't get started. I'm here, I have my coffee going, I'm ready to go. So once we see how this goes, yeah, it's definitely getting warm. Like it's getting warm in here, I can feel it. It's not like hot, but we shall see once we open it. I've just been in a reading slump. I love my books, I love reading, but it's been either tough to find something that has kept my interest, or something that doesn't have like the plot twist kind of obvious from the beginning. Yeah, so just kind of being in a slump or being tired or not really being invested in what I'm reading. And it's really hard because my writing teacher in high school set some really high expectations and standards for me when it comes to writing. Yeah, Miss Cat, I love you, but you also made it hard for me to appreciate mediocre books, which is okay because this is 2021. We don't accept mediocrity anymore. see how it actually ends up going. Yeah, it's hot. Not like where it's hot, too hot to touch or anything. It smells a bit strong. I don't know. Let me reset this. There was this Oriental store that was not too far from my house when I lived in Florida, but they had these really good coffee candies. They were really strong, but that's what this smells like to me. So I'm hopeful it'll taste good. I don't normally drink coffee without sugar or anything, but it looks like there's some sugar in there. Yeah, there is. So I'm gonna be honest with you, it tastes kind of metallic, so I'm very much disappointed. I mean, it's a cool idea, it just doesn't taste very good. I'm gonna try transferring it to a different mug and see if that makes a difference. I have a mug. It's a mug that my mom got. I think it was like at a Christmas market, and if it'll focus, it might have been Salzburg. Come on, buddy. Focus, okay. Well, yeah, it was Salzburg, and this was December 2019, before everything went to crap. But I have that, and then I have my favorite coffee creamer, which is International Delights. It's Cold Stone Sweet Cream, and I know, you know, like, let's be honest, chemicals and stuff aren't good for you, but most of the stuff in America has chemicals in it. So this is the way I'm gonna go. This is the way I'm gonna go. I'm gonna just kind of like pour this over. It just looks like basic black coffee, nothing particularly special. And I'm gonna hope that now that it's in something else, it's not gonna taste like metal. I'm just trying to like peek at what's in there. I'm gonna try another sip of this and then try it with the creamer. I mean, it didn't really help. I mean, like, I can still drink this, right? Like, this, it's not like, hey, if your coffee tastes like metals, you might not want to, but I think this coffee is kind of like 2020. It's like, I had such high hopes for you. Why did you turn out this way? This coffee needs some help. Oh my goodness, that tastes so much better. Bless you, International Delights, you are bae. Sorry, boo. Oh my goodness, I'm ready to take on the world now. It tastes like a different, I don't want to sound silly and be like it tastes like a different type of coffee, but it tastes like something I've had somewhere else now that it has the creamer in it. Like a specific kind of brand or flavor. I'm trying to like place it, but I can't. We'll see if I'm productive today. It's probably going to be the end of the vlog, but if not, that means I did something that was worthwhile, so hey. But in case this is the end of the vlog, yeah, thank you for being here. Also, another thing, I found out, does anyone else have moments where it's actually hard to talk and it's not like, oh, you're not able to, yeah, I'm not even gonna try finishing that because that just proves my point, but more just like sometimes at work I get I get stressed and I get stuck on a word, just like you kind of saw now, of just like the word is here but it's not coming out, or just having difficulty getting the sounds out. I don't know what it is. I really don't. And I've also had my voice crack a few different times when I've been on register, which is that's something else, especially when you're talking to a grown-ass man. You're like, your number is 24, you know. Just I usually just kind of laugh about it. I'm just like, I don't know what that was. I'm sorry. Have a good day, sir. Your order will be ready in a few minutes. Gotta laugh at yourself first. If you laugh at yourself first, it hurts a lot less when other people laugh at you. This may be the end of the vlog. We shall see if I do anything productive or worthwhile, but for anybody who watched this and made it to the end, which to me is going to be crazy, thank you, because this is just some randomness. You know, I have done vlogs in front of my family before, but it's not unusual to feel self-conscious of talking to a camera.